to awesome media across the sea. This channel introduces amazing media from across the sea that you may not know about. Your next favorite is just around the corner. Let me introduce myself. My name is Lunary, and I will be your guide. For our first episode, we will introduce the masterpiece Japanese TV drama series Furuhata Ninzaburo. Let's explore the unknown world of media together. All aboard!
If Sherlock Holmes wore a suit, spoke elegantly, and engaged in psychological warfare like Columbo, with a script by Aaron Sorkin, that would be Furuhata Ninzaburo. This series aired in Japan from 1994 over 3 seasons and became so popular that it became a social phenomenon in Japan. This work is called an inverted mystery, where the crime scene is shown to the audience first and the audience enjoys watching how the detective tracks down the culprit. If there were only one outstanding feature, it wouldn't have become such a social phenomenon. This work had at least 3 elements that set it apart from other works. This time, we'll introduce those elements. First, I must introduce the unique character of Ninzaburo Furuhata, who cannot be compared to anyone else. Ninzaburo Furuhata, played by Masakazu Tamura, is elegant, humorous, and sarcastic. When a murder occurs, he shows up at the scene on a bicycle. It's a strange golden bicycle. He's usually carefree, but when it comes to investigations, he shows thorough determination and quietly and surely corners the culprit. These scenes are not to be missed. His unique phrasing and timing make him a true master of memorable lines. Furthermore, Furuhata never treats the culprit as a villain. Instead, he deeply understands the culprit's talents and philosophy and adopts a stance of asking, what drove this person to commit murder? This stance captivates not only the audience but also the culprit. It is truly a case of great acting inspiring great acting. It is precisely because he looks beyond justice to the struggles and aesthetics of humanity that the final confession is so moving. Furuhata rarely shows emotion, but in scenes where he corners the culprit, we occasionally catch a glimpse of his views on life and death. One particularly memorable scene is from the 5th episode of the 3rd series, The Reunion, where he confronts a culprit who was once his classmate. Furuhata passionately discusses his views on life and death, making it a scene worthy of being passed down to future generations. Please take the time to watch this iconic scene.
なるほど。さて古畑、古い友人としてぜひ頼みが。そろそろ俺を一人にしてくれないか。
自殺はいけません。
家内に罪を着せたりはしない。
だとしたら別に死ぬことはない。
そうでもない。いずれ家内と若い愛人のことはマスコミに知り渡るだろう。すでに駆けつけてる記者もいる。時間がもう時間の問題だ。この年になったスキャンダルはきつい。あいつと結婚した時も散々やられた。二回りも年の離れた若い女をものにした中年作家。それまで書いたどの小説よりも馬鹿にされた。今度はその日じゃない。それ見たことかと。マスコミはよって戦って俺を袋叩きにするだろう。耐え難いことだ。恥辱にまみれた晩年を過ごすぐらいで。
お察しします。
ありがとう。
しかしあなたは死ぬべきではない。たとえ全てを失ったとしても我々は生き続けるべきです。私はこれまで強制的に死を選ばされてきた死体を数多く見てきました。彼らの無念な顔は忘れることができません。彼らのためにも我々は生きなければならない。それが我々生きている人間の義務です。
死ぬより辛い日々が待っていた。
だとしてもです。
全てを失うことは耐えられない。
また一からやり直せばいいじゃないですか。
俺たちはいくつになったと思ってるんだ。もう振り出しには戻れない。
とんでもない、まだ始まったばかりです。いくらでもやり直せます。よろしいですか？よろしいですか？たとえですね、明日死ぬとしてもやり直しちゃいけないって誰が決めたんですか？誰が決めたんですか？まだまだこれからです。古畑。はい。
What do you think? Did you get a glimpse of the appeal of this work? There's still more to come. Another characteristic of Furuhata Ninzaburo is the extravagant cast of actors playing the criminals. The criminals have been played by top-class actors, comedians, athletes, singers, and other leading performers. For example, Sanma Akashiya, Kari Momoi, Ichio, SMAP, Toshiaki Karasawa, Akina Nakamori, the list goes on and on. The most famous internationally is probably baseball player Ichiro. He appeared in A Fair Murderer from Furuhata Ninzaburo Final as himself, Major League Baseball player Ichiro. Ichiro does not usually appear in TV dramas, but he is such a big fan of Furuhata Ninzaburo that he readily agreed to appear in the show. There is even an anecdote about this. The episode featuring Ichiro is also very popular. If you are interested, please check it out. Furuhata Ninzaburo is innovative right from the opening. It begins with Furuhata standing against a black background, addressing the audience. The content of the conversation is about things like how to call a dog's name or how to fasten pajama buttons. Viewers are left wondering, what on earth are they talking about? However, the content of the conversation is actually related to the murder mystery of that episode or the thoughts directed at the culprit. Let's take a look at that opening.
古くなったストッキングの意外な使い道をお教えします。切り取った先っぽをスリッパの上にかぶせて家の中歩いてみてください。細かいゴミが面白いように取れます。ストッキングっていうのは便利なもので。
How was it? Isn't it an opening that draws you in with a flood of questions? There are several other distinctive directorial choices. Toward the end of the story, when Furuhata reveals the criminal's trick, the screen suddenly goes black. Time within the screen freezes, and Furuhata, who had been a character within the drama, begins to explain the trick to the audience. This is not merely a scene transition. It is a masterful piece of direction that captivates the audience's attention, as if freezing not only the time within the drama, but also the audience's own time. Afterward, time resumes, and the scene shifts to the final confrontation with the culprit.
刑事はいつも事件が起こってから現場に現れます。だからこそ一度でもいいから悲劇が起こる前に事件を解決したい。それが私たちの夢です。今回は初めて殺人事件を未然に防ぐことができるかもしれません。今夜安西先生は奥さんを亡き者にしようとしています。一体どんな手を使って、本当は最終回に持ってこようと思っていたこのエピソード解決編は CM の後で古畑任三郎でした。
Welcome back! Did you discover anything new today? Furuhata Ninzaburo is available to watch on Fuji TV on demand. As of 2025, there are no English subtitles, but let's look forward to future updates. I've included a link in the description. See you next time. This was Lunary. May you love the world just a little bit more than you do now. Bye-bye.